For nearly a century, Europe enjoyed a fragile peace. But beneath the surface, old empires were clashing for power and territory. June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, arrives in Sarajevo, a date that would change history. Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist, fires 2 shots. The Archduke is dead, and the alliance systems of Europe begin to pull the world into war. July 28, 1914. Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Within days, Russia, Germany, France, and Britain are all at war. Germany executes the Schlieffen Plan, invading neutral Belgium to knock France out quickly, but the plan soon meets unexpected resistance. September 1914. At the River Marne, the German advance is halted just 30 miles from Paris. The hope for a quick victory vanishes. Both sides dig in. A continuous line of trenches soon stretches from the Swiss border to the North Sea. The stalemate begins. On the Eastern Front, Germany inflicts a crushing defeat on the Russian army at the Battle of Tannenberg, ending the immediate threat to Germany. January 19, 1915. Germany launches the first Zeppelin raids on Great Britain, bringing the war to the doorsteps of civilians. February 4th. Germany declares the waters around Britain a war zone, beginning a campaign of unrestricted submarine warfare. April 22nd. At the Second Battle of Ypres, the modern era of chemical warfare begins. Chlorine gas chokes the Allied lines. April 25, 1915. The Gallipoli campaign begins. A desperate attempt to open a supply route to Russia turns into a disastrous stalemate. May 7th. A German U-boat sinks the British liner Lusitania. Among the dead are 128 Americans, straining relations with the U.S. May 23rd. Lured by territorial gains, Italy declares war on Austria-Hungary, opening a brutal new front in the mountains. February 21, 1916. The Battle of Verdun begins. It will become one of the longest and costliest battles in human history. General Falkenhayn seeks to bleed France white. For 10 months, the meat grinder of Verdun claims hundreds of thousands of lives. May 31st. The Battle of Jutland, the only major clash between the world's great naval fleets. Control of the seas hangs in the balance. Though the Germans sink more ships, the British maintain strategic control of the North Sea, keeping the vital blockade in place. July 1st. The Battle of the Somme is launched to relieve pressure on Verdun. On the first day alone, the British suffer 60,000 casualties. September 1916. A new weapon enters the fray. Tanks appear on the battlefield for the first time, changing warfare forever. February 1st, 1917. Germany resumes unrestricted submarine warfare, a gamble to starve Britain before America can act. In Russia, the Tsar is forced to abdicate. A provisional government takes over, but the country is teetering on the edge of collapse. British intelligence intercepts the Zimmermann telegram, revealing a German plot to entice Mexico into attacking the United States. April 6, 1917. Enraged by submarine attacks and the Zimmermann plot, the United States formally declares war on Germany. The Third Battle of Ypres, or Passchendaele. Allied soldiers fight not just the enemy, but the drowning mud of a decimated landscape. November 1917. The Bolshevik Revolution brings Lenin to power. Russia prepares to exit the war, leaving the Allies alone in the east. At the Battle of Cambrai, the first large-scale use of tanks proves the formidable Hindenburg Line can be broken. March 3, 1918. Russia signs the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, ending the war on the Eastern Front and freeing German divisions for the West. Germany launches the Kaiserschlacht, a final desperate spring offensive to win the war before American manpower becomes overwhelming. August 8th, the Battle of Amiens begins the 100 Days Offensive. It is the Black Day of the German army. By late October, the Central Powers are collapsing. One by one, Germany's allies sign armistices and leave the war. November 9th. Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicates and flees to the Netherlands. Germany is proclaimed a republic, and the old order falls. In a railway carriage in the forest of Compiègne, the armistice is signed. The fighting will end on the 11th hour of the 11th day. November 11th, 1918. At 11 a.m., the guns fall silent. The Great War is over, leaving a world forever changed. June 28, 1919. The Treaty of Versailles is signed. It forces Germany to accept full guilt and pay massive reparations. The map of Europe is redrawn. 4 empires have collapsed, and new nations are born from their ruins. As the war ends, a new shadow falls. The 1918 Spanish flu pandemic sweeps the globe, killing over 50 million people. An entire generation is lost. The Great War leaves deep-seated resentments that will haunt the world for decades to come. Economies are in ruins. Hyperinflation and social unrest provide fertile ground for the rise of radical new ideologies. The fragile peace of Versailles begins to crumble as totalitarianism rises in Italy, Germany, and the Soviet Union. The war to end all wars has failed. The seeds of an even greater conflict have been sown in the soil of the first. Join us for our next documentary where we explore the global catastrophe that followed. Next video, World War II.